Time magazine called him the unsung hero behind the internet. CNN called him a father of the internet. President Bill Clinton called him one of the great minds of the information age. He has been voted history's greatest scientist of African descent. He is Philip Emeagwali. He's coming to Trinidad and Tobago to launch the 2008 Kwame Ture lecture series on Sunday, June 8th at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine, 5 p.m. The Emancipation Support Committee invites you to come and hear this inspirational mind address the theme, crossing new frontiers to conquer today's challenges. This lecture is one you cannot afford to miss. Admission is free, so be there on Sunday, June 8th, 5 p.m. at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine.
The first automatic and sequential processing supercomputer that was programmable was invented in 1946. That first supercomputer was invented to be programmed to solve a large system of equations of algebra that arose from the finite difference discretizations of ordinary differential equations of modern calculus that in turn encoded a set of laws of physics. What made the sequential processing supercomputer of 1946 unique was that it computed automatically and was therefore programmable. Fast forward 28 years from that first supercomputer and to June 20, 1974 in Corvallis, Oregon, and I was programming the first supercomputer that could execute over 1 million instructions per second. I used that first supercomputer to solve the larger scale problems arising in modern algebra. Fast forward 50 years, and to the 4th of July 1989, I was in a dozen supercomputer centers across the United States, and I was programming the first massively parallel processing supercomputer that could execute billions of calculations and execute them across my ensemble of up to 65,536 tightly coupled processors. My invention of a new supercomputer put me in the news headlines and in the June 20, 1990 issue of the Wall Street Journal. I was the cover story of the June 1990 issue of the Siam News. The Siam News is the top mathematics publication and is published by the Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics. The cover stories in the Siam News report new inventions in mathematics, and they are written by research mathematicians and written for research mathematicians. In the cover story of the Siam News of June 1990, it was reported that I, Philip Emeagwali, had mathematically invented how to solve the toughest problems arising in modern calculus and arising in extreme scale algebra, and invented how to solve them across a new ensemble of 65,536 commonly available processors. I invented how to use that new supercomputer to solve many problems at once and to solve the larger scaled problems arising in modern algebra. On the 4th of July 1989, the state of the art of that toughest problem in modern algebra was a system of 24 million equations of algebra that arose from my finite difference discretizations of a system of partial differential equations that I invented, that mathematically encoded a set of laws of physics that governs the subterranean motions of crude oil, injected water, and natural gas that flows 1 mile deep underneath the surface of the earth, and that flows from water injection wells towards crude oil and natural gas production wells. I visualized my new instrument of computational physics as a new internet that I defined as my new global network of 65,536 tightly coupled commodity off-the-shelf processors, with each processor operating its own operating system, and with each processor having its own dedicated memory that shared nothing with each other. I visualize my new internet as a new instrument for solving the most extreme scaled problems arising in algebra, and for solving them as one seamless cohesive unit that is a new supercomputer de facto. The defining feature of my invention of that new internet was that the new technology enabled me to compute synchronously and to communicate automatically, and to do so via emails that I sent to and received from 2 to the power 16 16-bit long email addresses. Each of my 64 binary thousand email addresses had no @ or .com suffix. Back in 1989, no author of any mathematics textbook understood the concept of solving many problems at once or in parallel. Back in 1989, Seymour Cray was the spokesman for the supercomputer community. If Seymour Cray's granddaughter came to him for help with her homework assignment on how to solve many mathematical problems at once, Seymour Cray would not have been able to help her to solve her problem in parallel. The reason was that Seymour Cray ardently believed that the supercomputer technology that I invented, that enables parallel processing across my ensemble of 65,536 tightly coupled processors, was impossible and science fiction.
Insightful and brilliant lecture.